the UK's newest grey seal colony, globally one of the rarest seal species, thriving in British waters. For 3 years, the National Trust has been sitting on a secret, tucked along an inaccessible stretch of the Suffolk coast. Getting here for human visitors requires special permission, a short boat trip across the River Ald, and a long walk across the shingle.
They literally could be over that ridge. We could go over there and there'd be nothing. Or they could be 200. Yeah. That one's already clocked us.
Look. Yeah.
So
what can you tell what that is? There's loads of them.
That's a female, that's a cow.
You can tell just by looking at it?
Yeah, just colour, size.
Round these parts, they call Andrew Capel the Seal Whisperer, a shepherd by trade. He's now the ranger for Orford Ness, a disused military testing site and now nature reserve, and since the winter of 2021, home to dozens and then hundreds of his furry marine friends.
When you first saw him that day, just what went through your mind?
I don't know, it was just amazement being that close to such a large group of wild animals that are big wild animals.
They are big, aren't they?
But then to come onto a beach to be confronted with 200 plus animals that weigh quite a lot more than me was an amazing experience. And I'm deep down, I'm pretty glad that they've stuck around because I really love being with the seals.
But while the colony's been establishing itself, it's been kept under wraps. Seal pups are especially vulnerable.
When the pups are in their white coat, they're not waterproof. They can't go in the water. And, if you disturb them, that's where they tend to go for safety. And that is very dangerous for the pups. And then they've got to learn to swim. So if they can practice swimming in the pools that we have, it's a safer environment.
They're obviously watching us.
Yeah. It's quite a big one there looking up.
The other main threat, plastic pollution, abandoned industrial fishing tackle, ghost gear. Grey seals are protected by law. In the early 1900s, there were fewer than 500 left in the UK, but that number's grown to around 120,000. Now, 40% of the global population is here, dotted in colonies from Devon to Scotland and around the east coast. This group in Orford Ness, Suffolk, is the newest.
This is a really peaceful place out here in East Anglia, and you can kind of understand why the grey seals have made this their home, because it's really hard to get here if you're a human. This place is pretty much undisturbed. But in a sense, that's the rub, because the main threat to grey seals is us, it's humans.
What we have here is a real opportunity to help protect these animals that we've got here, but also to help inform the public as well.
Have you been surprised to kind of discover this on your doorstep?
Yes, and it's been really difficult to keep it secret. It really has. And they're really charismatic creatures. They're interested, they're quite inquisitive. They've watched us the whole day whilst we've been doing things, partly from an awareness point of view, but actually they're just a bit curious because here they don't see a lot of people.
For 3 years, they've been left alone, but that will inevitably change. People were going to find out about this new colony sooner or later. Orford Ness is hoping to organise educational visits, access strictly limited to the least disruptive times of year. Legal protection brought grey seals back from the brink, but this story isn't over yet.